everybody. Let me tell you, this is Governor Greg Abbott, and join me in welcoming back to Texas a great friend of Texas, President Donald Trump. He's always been a great friend and a lover of the people of Texas. But I got to tell you what, he did more than any other president has ever done to secure our border. Presidency with the Biden administration, you look at this border, and you look what you see. You see an unfinished border. This is Biden's fault because President Biden is not continuing what President Trump began. President Biden needs to start right there and finish building the border wall that President Trump began.
Amen.
As you can tell, President is far different than it was when you were president, but it's more than just the wall. It's the consequences of what has occurred because of the lack of a wall. Get these numbers because look at year over year. The increase in the number of people coming across the border from last April to this April is almost 1,000%. The percent of apprehensions from last May to this May is increased almost 800%. And we are having people coming not just from 3 or 4 countries across the globe. People are coming across our border from more than 150 countries across the entire globe. It is time to make sure we seal this border and close it down. The difference is the open border policies that the Biden administration has put in place. But that difference is felt most harshly among our communities, among the families who live here in Texas, as well as across the entire United States of America. Because including the people coming across the border are cartels and gangs and smugglers and human traffickers. And we have the Texas Department of Public Safety that we've launched what's called Operation Lone Star. And the Texas Department of Public Safety, they are stepping up to assist and trying to secure our border. And now we need to take a moment. And we need to express our gratitude for the men and women of the Texas Department of Public Safety who are working to do their part to secure our border. We have deployed about 1,000 Texas Department of Public Safety officers, and on top of that, we've also deployed Texas National Guard, and they also deserve a big round of applause for the Texas National Guard for everything that they are doing to help secure our border. So in just the past few months, the Texas Department of Public Safety has arrested almost 1,800 criminals who have come across the border, and in addition to that, apprehended almost 40,000 illegal immigrants who crossed that border. Also, the Texas Department of Public Safety has raided 41 stash houses. And get this, they've apprehended such a dramatic increase in fentanyl. It is a 2,000% increase in fentanyl they've apprehended for the first 6 months of this year compared to the first 6 months of last year. This fentanyl is deadly and it's dangerous, and it's going throughout communities across the entire state of Texas, as well as communities in other states of the United States. And the Biden administration is doing nothing to slow the spread of deadly fentanyl across our country, and that is exactly why we need the Texas Department of Public Safety and the Texas National Guard on our border. But get this. This is a story I'm going to tell you that was tweeted yesterday by a Border Patrol officer about an arrest they made yesterday. This happened yesterday. Rio Grande Valley Border Patrol agents arrested 7 criminal immigrants. 4 were gang members. 2 have been convicted of sex crimes. 1 had been convicted of negligent homicide. There is a 500% increase in criminal migrants apprehended coming across the border. That must be stopped.
Yes. Amen.
Let me tell you who's trying to help stop it. And he is, however, we need to recognize somebody else who's trying to stop it. And that is the men and women who serve in the Texas legislature. Thank you all for what you do, because here's what you do. step up and do the federal government's job and to secure the border. And then on top of that, there was an additional appropriation of almost $250 million for Texas to begin building the Texas border wall. And that process has already begun. We've already begun clearing out land, acquiring land, and we're going to begin the process of putting the border wall up just like President Trump did, just like what President Biden should be doing. But let me go back to one final point. We need to emphasize exactly why we're doing this. We're doing this because our fellow Texans and our fellow Americans, they're being threatened every single day. I've talked to people from in this region all the way up to Del Rio. Their lives and their property and their families are being overrun with the people who are coming across the border. I cannot tell you the number of people who told me that they've had guns brandished in their faces. Their children live in fear about just playing in their own yard. Neighborhoods are overrun. Property is being broken into. Ranches are being destroyed. And the federal government and the Biden administration does not care about it.
That's right.
As a result, Texas has to step up and protect the safety of our fellow Texans, and we will continue to do so.
Yes.
So we know that the person who led the charge to get us here in the first place, a person who loves Texans, who loves America, and he puts Texans and Americans first. And that is the man who began to build the wall, the man who did more to secure the border than anybody and any president ever has, and that is President Donald J. Trump.
Amen.